In this video, we will explore the idea of Stoicism and how it teaches us about the types of people we should be careful about helping. Stoicism is a philosophy that encourages us to focus on our own thoughts and actions instead of trying to change others. While helping others is often a good thing, there are certain types of people who may not appreciate our help or might bring negativity into our lives. Understanding these types can help us make better choices about who to support. Let's take a look at 10 types of people we should think twice about helping. 1. The perpetual victim. Perpetual victims are individuals who always feel that life is unfair to them. They see themselves as the target of bad luck or mistreatment and often blame others for their problems. This mindset can affect their relationships, work, and personal growth. They might say things like, "I never get a break," or "Why does this always happen to me?" For example, think about a person who applies for a job but doesn't get it. Instead of reflecting on their resume or interview performance, they might tell their friends, "The company just didn't like me," or "They must have hired someone less qualified." This attitude keeps them from taking responsibility for their own actions and learning from the experience. Perpetual victims often feel stuck and helpless. They believe they cannot change their circumstances, which can lead to feelings of anxiety and depression. They might avoid trying new things or taking risks because they fear failure. This fear can prevent them from pursuing opportunities that could lead to personal or professional growth. When friends or family try to help them, they may just reinforce the victim mentality. For example, if someone offers advice on how to improve their chances for the next job application, the perpetual victim might respond with, "You don't understand. I can't do anything right." This reaction can make it difficult for others to support them, as it seems their efforts are not valued. It's important for perpetual victims to realize that they have the power to change their lives. Encouragement and support from loved ones can help, but they must be willing to take responsibility for their actions. For example, they could start by reflecting on what went wrong in a situation and asking themselves how they can improve next time. Setting small, achievable goals can also help them gain confidence and a sense of control over their lives. Supportive friends and family can encourage them to seek professional help, such as therapy or counseling if needed. A trained therapist can help them work through their feelings and develop healthier coping mechanisms. By learning to take responsibility for their own lives, perpetual victims can begin to see that they have the ability to change their circumstances and create a more fulfilling life. 2. The manipulator. Manipulators are people who use guilt, fear, or emotional pressure to get what they want from others. They often play on the feelings of those around them to achieve their goals. For example, they might say things like, "If you cared about me, you would help me," to make someone feel guilty for not giving in to their demands. Consider a situation where a friend frequently asks to borrow money. They might say, "I promise I'll pay you back next week," but when the time comes, they often have excuses. They might say, "I'm so broke right now. I really need your help." This creates a sense of obligation for the person being asked, who may feel guilty for not helping a friend in need. As a result, the manipulator continues to rely on this behavior without taking responsibility for their own financial situation. Manipulators can be skilled at reading emotions and knowing how to push others' buttons. They might use flattery or charm to get what they want. For instance, they may compliment you on your kindness before asking for a favor, making it harder for you to say no. This can create a cycle where the manipulator uses emotional tactics to gain what they want, leaving the other person feeling used or resentful. It's important for those who interact with manipulators to set clear boundaries. For example, if a friend is always borrowing money, it's okay to say, "I can't lend you money right now." By standing firm, you show that you won't be manipulated into giving in to their demands. Encouraging manipulators to take responsibility for their own needs is also essential. Instead of giving them what they want immediately, you can suggest they find alternative solutions or help them brainstorm ways to solve their problems. Over time, manipulators can learn that their tactics are not effective if their friends and family refuse to give in to guilt or pressure. This can lead to healthier relationships built on mutual respect and support. It can also help manipulators develop more honest and direct communication skills, allowing them to express needs without resorting to manipulation. 3. The entitled. Entitled people believe they deserve special treatment and support without needing to show gratitude. They often act like they have a right to receive help or favors just because they ask for it. For example, they might say, "You should lend me your car because I need it," without considering how that affects you or whether you're comfortable with it. Imagine a situation where a person borrows a friend's favorite book. They might not return it or even say thank you, thinking it's their right to use it. This behavior can feel frustrating because it shows a lack of appreciation for the kindness of others. When you help someone who is entitled, it can feel like your generosity is taken for granted. Entitled individuals may also expect others to cater to their needs without considering the feelings or needs of those around them. For instance, they might complain if a friend doesn't drop everything to help them with a problem, saying things like, "I thought you were my friend." This can create feelings of resentment among friends and family, leading to strained relationships. It's essential to set boundaries when dealing with entitled people. For example, if someone asks to borrow something, be clear about your expectations. You might say, "Sure, but please return it in a week," or "I need it back after you're done." This way, you're setting a standard for how you expect to be treated. Encouraging entitlement individuals to show gratitude can also help. When they do something nice for someone, remind them to say thank you or express their appreciation. Over time, this can help them recognize the importance of gratitude and respect in relationships. By fostering a sense of appreciation and respect, entitled individuals can learn to value the kindness of others. This can lead to healthier relationships built on mutual support and gratitude. 4. The chronic complainer. Chronic complainers are people who constantly focus on the negative aspects of their lives. They often talk about what is wrong and seem to find problems everywhere. For example, they might say, "My job is terrible," but they never look for a new one or try to change their situation. Instead of seeking solutions, they prefer to vent their frustrations. Imagine a friend who always complains about their relationships. They might say things like, "No one understands me," or "Everyone is so annoying." Instead of trying to improve their relationships or communicate their feelings, they choose to dwell on the negatives. This can create a cycle of negativity that is exhausting for those around them. Chronic complainers often drain the energy of their friends and family. Listening to constant negativity can make it hard for others to feel happy or motivated. For example, if you're excited to share good news, but your friend responds with a complaint, it can dampen your spirits. This cycle can lead to feelings of frustration and distance in relationships. It's important to encourage chronic complainers to shift their focus from problems to solutions. For instance, if they complain about their job, you might ask, "What can you do to make it better?" Or, "Have you thought about looking for a new job?" By guiding them to think about actions they can take, you can help them break the cycle of complaining. Setting boundaries is also essential. If you find that a friend is constantly complaining and it's affecting your mood, it's okay to say, "I need to focus on something positive right now." This can help you protect your own mental well-being while encouraging them to seek solutions instead of wallowing in negativity. Over time, chronic complainers can learn to express their feelings more constructively. This can lead to healthier relationships and a more positive outlook on life. 5. The cynic. Cynics have a very negative view of the world. They often believe that nothing good will happen and quickly dismiss positive ideas. For example, if you suggest going to a new restaurant, they might say, "That place will probably be awful," without wanting to give it a chance. Cynics focus on what could go wrong rather than what could go right. Imagine a scenario where a friend suggests trying a new hobby. A cynic might respond with, "Why bother? I'll probably be terrible at it." This attitude can prevent them from trying new things and enjoying life. They tend to see the world through a lens of skepticism, which can make it hard for them to trust others or believe in positive outcomes. Cynics often struggle to enjoy life because they are constantly waiting for the next disappointment. They might say things like, "Nothing ever works out for me," reinforcing their negative beliefs. This can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, where their pessimism leads them to miss out on opportunities. It's essential to encourage cynics to look for the positives in situations. For example, if they express doubt about trying a new activity, you might say, "What's the worst that could happen? You might actually enjoy it." Helping them to see that taking risks can lead to positive experiences can shift their perspective. Being patient and understanding is also crucial. Cynics may have developed their worldview due to past experiences, so it's important to approach them with empathy. Over time, with the support of friends and family, they can learn to open their minds and embrace new possibilities. 6. The blame shifter. Blame shifters are individuals who never take responsibility for their mistakes. They always blame others when something goes wrong. For example, if they fail a test, they might say, "It's the teacher's fault for not teaching us well," instead of thinking about how they could have studied harder or asked for help. This behavior prevents them from learning and growing. Consider a situation where a person fails to complete a project at work. Instead of accepting responsibility, they might say, "It's my team's fault. They didn't support me." This attitude stops them from reflecting on their role in the situation and learning from their mistakes. It can also create tension within teams, as others may feel unfairly blamed. Blame shifters often struggle to grow because they don't learn from their experiences. When they constantly point fingers, they miss the opportunity to reflect on their actions and make improvements. This can lead to a cycle of failure and frustration. To help blame shifters, it's important to encourage self-reflection. For example, when they blame others, you might ask, "What could you have done differently?" This can prompt them to think about their actions and how they can take responsibility for their mistakes. Setting boundaries is also crucial. If someone continually shifts blame onto you, it's okay to say, "I can't take responsibility for your actions." By standing firm, you show that you won't accept being blamed for someone else's mistakes. Over time, with encouragement and support, blame shifters can learn to take responsibility for their actions. This can lead to personal growth and healthier relationships as they become more accountable and reflective. 7. The uncommitted. Uncommitted people ask for help, but don't put in any effort to change their situation. They might say they want to be healthier, but they continue to eat junk food and don't exercise. For example, someone might say, "I really want to lose weight," but then they don't take steps like going for walks or choosing healthier meals. They may want support, but aren't willing to make any changes themselves. Imagine a friend who asks for advice on how to improve their finances. They might say, "I really want to save money," but when you suggest budgeting or cutting unnecessary expenses, they say, "That sounds too hard." This lack of commitment can be frustrating for those who genuinely want to help. Uncommitted individuals often struggle to achieve their goals because they don't take any action. They may be stuck in a cycle of wishing for change without doing anything to make it happen. This can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and frustration, both for themselves and for those around them. To help uncommitted people, it's important to encourage small steps. For example, if someone wants to get fit, suggest starting with a short walk each day instead of overwhelming them with a full workout plan. Celebrating small victories can boost their confidence and motivate them to keep going. Setting boundaries is also vital. If someone continually asks for help but doesn't take any action, it's okay to say, "I can't help you unless you're willing to try." By establishing clear expectations, you encourage them to take responsibility for their growth. Over time, with encouragement and support, uncommitted individuals can learn to take action and work towards their goals. This can lead to personal growth and a greater sense of achievement. 8. The drama seeker. Drama seekers love to create problems and make small issues seem much bigger than they really are. They often exaggerate situations to get attention. For example, if they have a small argument with a friend, they might say, "This is the worst thing that has ever happened to me." They enjoy the attention that comes from their dramatic stories and thrive on chaos. Consider a friend who always seems to have a crisis. They might call you in a panic over a minor issue, saying things like, "You won't believe what happened." This behavior can be exhausting for those around them, as it feels like they are constantly dealing with drama. Drama seekers often feel a need for attention and validation. They may feel unimportant or overlooked, so they create crises to draw attention to themselves. This can lead to a cycle of drama, where they create problems to feel needed or important. To help drama seekers, it's important to encourage calmness and rational thinking. For example, if they're upset about a minor issue, you might say, "Let's take a step back and look at the situation logically." This can help them see that not everything is a crisis. Setting boundaries is also crucial. If someone continually brings drama into your life, it's okay to say, "I need to focus on positive things right now." This allows you to protect your own mental well-being while encouraging them to seek healthier ways to cope. Over time, with support and guidance, drama seekers can learn to manage their emotions and communicate more effectively. This can lead to healthier relationships and a more peaceful life. 9. The fleeting friend. Fleeting friends are those who only come around when they need something. They might reach out when they are going through a tough time, but disappear when things are going well. For example, they might call you when they're feeling sad after a breakup, but once they find a new partner, they don't talk to you anymore. This behavior can feel hurtful because it shows they don't value your friendship. Imagine a friend who only contacts you when they're feeling down. They might say, "I really need someone to talk to," but when they're happy, they don't reach out at all. This can create feelings of resentment and frustration, as it feels like you're not valued as a friend. Fleeting friends often take relationships for granted. They may not realize the importance of being there for others during good times as well as bad. This can lead to one-sided friendships, where one person feels used and unappreciated. It's essential to set clear boundaries with fleeting friends. For example, if they only reach out when they need support, it's okay to say, "I'd love to help, but I also need friends who are there for me too." This can help them understand the importance of reciprocity in friendships. Encouraging open communication can also help. For instance, you might say, "I appreciate our conversations, but I'd love to hear from you more often, even when things are going well." This can prompt them to reflect on their behavior and make an effort to strengthen the friendship. Over time, with some guidance and understanding, Fleeting friends can learn to appreciate the value of consistent communication and support in their relationships. This can lead to healthier, more balanced friendships. 10. The perpetual learner. Perpetual learners are individuals who love to gather knowledge, but often don't apply what they learn in real life. They might read many books, take courses, or attend seminars, but never put that knowledge into practice. For example, someone might know a lot about healthy cooking, but never actually cook a meal. They enjoy learning but struggle to take action. Consider someone who reads a lot of self-help books but never implements the advice. They might say, "I know I should be exercising," but they never make time for it. This behavior can lead to frustration, as they have the knowledge but don't take steps to improve their lives. Perpetual learners can become stuck in a cycle of gathering information without taking action. They might fear failure or feel overwhelmed by the idea of making changes. This can lead to a sense of dissatisfaction, as they know what they should do but don't follow through. To help perpetual learners, it's important to encourage action. For example, if someone learns about a new cooking technique, suggest they try it out on a weekend. Celebrating small steps can help them gain confidence and motivation to keep going. Setting achievable goals can also be beneficial. Instead of overwhelming them with a long list of things to do, encourage them to start with one small change. For instance, they might commit to cooking one healthy meal a week. This can help them see progress and build momentum. Over time, with encouragement and support, perpetual learners can learn to apply their knowledge and take action. This can lead to personal growth and a greater sense of achievement in their lives. Conclusion. Understanding these different types of people can help us navigate our relationships and interactions more effectively. By recognizing the patterns in their behavior, we can make better decisions about how to spend our time and energy. It's important to focus on helping those who genuinely want to grow and improve their lives. By setting boundaries, encouraging positive behavior, and fostering open communication, we can build healthier relationships with those around us. Spending time with motivated and appreciative individuals can lead to more fulfilling connections in our lives. In the end, being mindful of who we choose to help ensures that our efforts are valued and reciprocated, creating a supportive and uplifting environment for everyone involved.